Okay, welcome back. Today we got something pretty exciting we want to make is this little um, toilet paper holder outhouse. Really cute little thing. We've been wanting to make one for a good while, so we thought we'd go ahead and just make one for you for you guys, and maybe you guys can follow along and make one for yourself or make one for someone else. That's really nice. This one here, of course, it'll hold. It's a little squeaky. I think that squeak is coming from the hinges because the hinges I got all black hardware, so it'll probably eventually wear out, or it really is not that big of an issue. You don't open the door up and close it anyways. But you can see it'll hold 4 rolls, so you can still keep the one that you have in here for it's still in your bathroom, and then you can put a new pack because they come in like in 4 packs, or some people buy in bigger packs like that. So I made it so we can put four rolls in there, and then I'll show you a little bit more about it once we get started. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with these sideboards, and this is one of my sideboards right here. It is 27 inches high and by 7 1/4 wide. Okay, so we got 2 of those. Now it's cut on a 15-degree angle. All right, but if you don't have if you don't have a miter saw with that you can cut on a 15-degree angle, that's fine, because you can just measure up from the bottom to the top 25 inches and put a mark on the board 25 inches. Okay, and then go to the top to the 27-inch up here. Okay, and then take your straight edge and go across it. Measure from the 25-inch to the 27, and then you can take just like a circular saw or something, whatever you got, maybe a table saw, and cut that. So that kind of cuts you down from worrying about that you have to make that 15-degree angle. Okay, and I put holes already in mine because when I made this one here, I did put the hole in it, to go ahead and cut it now. I cut it late, and I had to take that and recut it by hand, then put these on a drill press. This is a 1-inch hole. I use a Forster bit, 1-inch Forster bit. On here, I use a 7/8. And I like the 1-inch. It's a little bit bigger, and I know I can get a 1-inch dowel rod. I found them before, or I'll just make one. But I think it'd be better with a little bit, the bigger the dowel rod, the better it'd probably be, because it's going to hold that paper, you know what I'm saying, from doing too much jumping up and down like that. So we put holes all the way through it, but you can also, I had another thought that you can do, is not drill it all the way through. Just drill halfway with a Forster bit, maybe a 1-inch Forster bit, or maybe, I think maybe 7/8 you can probably use, and drill both boards. Make sure you drill them right, that the angle is here. You don't want them cut wrong, you know what I'm saying? So when you drill, make sure they're both this way. So you're going to have to drill, this way into this board, drill this way into this board, okay? And leave these, make sure you mark your outside so you don't get confused. And then you can probably use one of those toilet paper holders, that goes in between. It has a little spring in it. You can probably use that. I don't see why not. That you just have to, you got enough room in there. You can pull it back and forth, and unhook it. I thought that was a good thing too. But I wanted it with the dowel rod on the outside of it. I just thought it was kind of neat looking, me. Mostly try to build everything out of wood, not put any plastic in it. But you can do that if you want. Okay, so what we have, like I said, let's do it one more time. We got 27 inches high. That's the height of the board, by 7 1/4 inches wide. If you don't have a way to angle it, you cut it on a 25 inches in the back here. Okay, and then just put a mark on it, right? Okay, now we have a backboard here. And I want to make sure, sometimes I might say these twice because I want to make sure you guys get that measurement, because I love to see people build things, because there's a lot of people have a lot of talent, and then they just don't bring it out, and it's a lot of fun too. So we got this one here. It's a 25-inch. Okay, that's where you're getting this cut back here. Okay, 25-inch. So you got a 25 inches this way, and then you have 6 inches this way, so it's going to be 6 inches wide, the backboard. And the way it kind of fits is that you make sure you turn it the right way. One like this, and one like this. Okay. Now I'm going to put glue on mine, and I'm going to staple. Now on this one here, I didn't do that, and I didn't like the way it was set up. I mean, the screws are not bad. I mean, if that's what you have to put in them, just like maybe a regular flat screw, or you can put nails in it, or use your brad gun. I'm going to use staple gun. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, I got a new one here. I'm just going to use wood filler, okay? So once I get it, the staples put into it and it box glued, I'll go through and I'll use the wood glue, the wood filler all over the thing, and then sand it down again because I want to sand my ends off anyways. And then we're going to paint it. So you're not going to see that wood filler. I'm for sure you're not going to see it. Okay? And we'll go ahead and get started here. Let me move a couple of these out. And we're going to go step by step with you guys. So just hang in there and let's see what we can do here. Okay, let me get, see, this is, like I always say, without that extra hand, sometimes things get a little rough. But we'll get it fixed up here. Okay. Okay, now just smear it out a little bit here. Okay. Okay, turn this over and do this other side. Let me see if I can get it turned a little bit. Yeah, you take your time, it goes together really nice. You just have to take your time. Okay, now we have this much here done, so that's really nice. But like I said, what I'll do, I'll take some filler here, and then we'll fill the back ends of these, fill them in. Okay, now how I did the front. Now what I did is get the bottom piece. Now I put it on first, and then I put the top on. No, I put the bottom on first. You got to put the bottom. So this will be the top. This is the top. We don't want this right now. We want this right here, the bottom piece. Now the bottom piece is 9 inches by 8 inches. Okay. Now I ran it flush to the bottom like this. I just ran it like this. Now, wait a minute. No, it goes this way because I had to. What I had to do, like I said, I had to put 2 boards together because my wood wasn't wide enough I didn't have any at this time, but we're probably going to end up cutting it. Now, I did go ahead and round these edges a little bit and sand this down before I stuck it on here. Okay, that way my wood would be, you know, pretty much what they call prime, I guess. Now, what I did here is, now you could take this piece here, and it's 3/4 inches. And because you're going to want to make sure this is not, this part right here is not, you know, pulled together too much, because it has to be 6 inches in between that to get the door to fit in there. So now it's in a little bit now, so it needs, you know, spread apart like that. But if you wanted to, and I did this already, there should be one here somewhere. Here's a 6 inch here, I think. I cut a piece of scrap board so I can kind of put down inside. Actually, that's a shelving, is what that is. This is going to be the little shelf part, so you can use it. And stick it down in like this, okay? And then that would keep at 6 inches. Now, when you make your door, I'll give you the measurements on the door here in a minute. But when you make your door, make sure that, you know, you kind of come back and check it before you get that bottom piece stapled on there, because then you're going to have to cut that door down to make it fit. So if you stick it in like now, and I look at it and go, yeah, I like that, you know what I mean, then that's fine. So, but it's good to have something. So I made a, this one here's the shelving. It goes up here. So the shelving's 6 inches right now. So I cut it. So we're going to put it in between, and then we're going to use the bodding. The bodding, like I said, is 9 by 8. So we need to turn it this way. Now, I don't know if you can see it or not. Like I said, I put these on here. So what I did is, it should even out to 3/4 inch on this side right here. And then you can take this and put it on this side over here, and then, you know, make sure it's set 3/4 inches. That might be a little bit, I think that's a little wider than 3/4 inches. I don't think this piece of wood was cut down. I'm gonna look at it here. Yeah, this one here is a little bit. Now I gotta go this way, Mike. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger than 3/4 inch. But like I said, you can just use a 3/4 inch marking and just kind of, you know, eye it up a little bit for yourself. Maybe put it on this side. If it don't come out right, just move it over just a little bit. You know what I mean? Try to make it as even as you can by making up a little spacer or a little marker or what you want to do like that. So I like it right there. So that's not bad. I'm gonna make sure my wood's flat enough. Yeah, there you go. In the back, what we're going to do, go ahead and just put some glue on this. I say glue always kind of strengthens things up, makes them a little bit stronger. So, you know, if you got it, that's fine. If you don't have it, you know, you can do it another way. Let's see, I might go this. That's a nice size. I use my little spacer. Okay. You can also measure it if you want. Now, I tried this before. Make sure that's flush. If it's off a little bit, you know, if it's off, don't, you know, I wouldn't worry about it. You know, if you don't get it completely squared up, nobody's going to notice. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't worry about that. I was just trying to get this back piece a little bit more solid. Keep my spacer in there. Gotta keep my spacer inside like this. Okay, because I don't want this to come, you know, move. So like I said, everything's all set up. Looks good. Let's go ahead and put a staple here. set it down here. Okay, so now now we have you know, the bottom piece on it. We're going to go ahead and put in the top, and then we'll go ahead and put this center section in. I'll show you. We'll do the same thing with this board here. We're going to take it up here and hold this apart here while we put the roof part on. Okay. So we want to take it, just move it up here, anywhere, it don't matter. Okay, and then I'm going to put a clamp on it. I'll put a clamp across here, like this, and that'll help me hold that that board from moving, you know, up and down, so I can get this top board, not the door, but the top board on. And that's right here. It's my top door, on the top board, and it is a 9 inches by 9 inches. Okay, this is another one I had to put 2 pieces together and glue it. Okay, but and then just sand it up. It looks just as good. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing as the bottom. We want it to kind of sit something like this. I don't know. You can leave it hang over if you would like to have it hung over like that a little bit. I mean, it's just as fine. I didn't do that. I just kind of made it so it'd be flush, because you can push it up, you know, shove it up against a wall somewhere, and without hitting. But if you want to, I mean, that's fine. You know, this one here doesn't have it on there. You can see it's just right here. It might be good if you want to take it over a little bit. You know what I mean? Might even look a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? If you take it over like this. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe we'll do that. Just so, you know, we're always out trying to do something different. I like building, you know, doing woodworking. When I do woodworking, I like to change things around a lot and see if I can improve it. Which, you know, that's what it's all about. And it's a lot of fun that way. You know, because, you know, you might take my plans, you know, how I designed it, and then maybe change it a little bit to something to your like. And that's what woodworking is all about. You keep being creative about things, and it's you know, see what you can do with it. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and measure out, and I think I'm going to bring mine out just a little bit. I'm going to give myself about, let's see if I find my pencil, I think about a 1/2 inch, and then I'm going to look at it. So I'm going to measure from the back, and I'm going to get me about a 1/2 inch here, a little 1/2 inch mark here. Now it's going to allow about a 1/2 inch sticking out on that back side there. Ooh, no, you know what I need to do? I need to put a straight edge on there. I could probably just do that with a door, huh? Just put the door down here. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Now, I want to see that pencil mark up there line up. Yeah. That looks good right there. That's a 1/2 inch overhang on that back side. I like that. It gives a little bit shorter overhang on the front, but there's still a lot. You can see how much is on that front there. So there's still a lot of overhang on it. Okay. Let's see if I have that 3/4 inch. There's one. 1/4 inch here. I'll put a little 3/4 inch mark up here. Okay, let's get this thing down on there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on it, because I'm gonna have to staple it up high. I'm gonna have to put it on up high, and put the staples in up here. You know, to I need a shorter table is what I need. Okay, let's see if I can get this line back up. Put a line right there. Right there. Bring it up to the 1/2 inch. Okay. Get it lined up there somehow. There. There you go. Looks good. Okay. You know, I thought about getting a battery air gun, but I mean, they're so darn expensive. There's some cost in one of those, or more than an air, you know, the regular gun like this is. Okay, now let's go for our next step, and that will be measuring out for that the board on the inside here. So that's what we got to do, is measure out that board. Okay, let's see if I remember. I'm going to look off of this one because this is almost like a display thing for me. You know what I mean? So I think I left a 1/4 inch more for the door. See what? So the door. Let me think. I cut the door 1/4 inch shorter, so I can go ahead and just measure off of there real quick. See, the top is 19 inches. So I've measured 19 inches from the bottom. Let me get this turned back up here. So I measured 19 inches from down here, okay, up from here up 19 inches. And that would be the top of the shelf, not the bottom of the shelf, okay? Because if you get it too high, the bottom of your door is going to be up. Come on, roller. It's not working today. Okay. Now, I'm going to need 19 inches on the inside too, because I need to know where that's going to lay. You know, to keep the shelf level. So by putting a mark on the back side of this, and then also on the sides, you know, you put it in, you kind of tilt it and get level. But you can use a square too once you get it started. If you get 2 screws or staples in here, you can just go ahead and you know, put. Okay, now let me go ahead and go with this. This is a for the inside shelf. It's 6 inches by 5 5/8. Okay. Now the reason why I did that is it's going to allow you this room right in here for the door to go back in. Okay. Because if not, it would have been, you know, 7. What? Is that the same? It'd be a little bit different. You know, the size might be 6 by 6 or something like that. But that allows you that 3/4 inch, you know, so that door can set back in there. That's why it's cut down to 5 5/8. Okay. But 6 inches is wide. As remember, I told you that's why I use it as a spacer down there. So. Okay, now this is going to be a little rougher to put glue in it. I'm going to glue the back here. Okay. And then I need to go this way down. Pick out the best. I don't want glue all over the box. Because, man, I'll tell you what, when you start messing with glue, it's don't seem to sand right sometimes, you know what I mean? I mean, it's great to have it, and it makes it blocks, it makes everything you work is a lot stronger. But, okay, let me get the square, and I'll show you the way maybe we can use a square on there. to keep that shelf, square in here. So if we're going to square it, from the back, just go up like this until it sets all the way in like that. Okay. Let's see if I got it square this way. Yep. Okay, now I need to get a couple, I'm going to put a couple staples in the back here. So we just take a measurement like this. Okay, we come off here, this piece here. Like this didn't stick it in. It's not going to work today. It's being stubborn, this ruler is. Come down, come up 19 inches. And then shoot the staples in below that 19 inches. Get it? Yep. It's fine. I got it. Now we're coming along really nice now. So now I put an extra, let me get this stuff out of the road here. If I can. Getting kind of cluttered up a little bit. I put an extra board up across here now. Well, it doesn't make too much difference. I mean, what type of, how thick this is going to be or how wide it's going to be, just as long as it's, if you put something on it, you know what I mean? But it's 6 inches long is what it is. Now, when I did this one, see, it's cut onto a 15-degree angle. And that's what we have here on this one here. It's cut to a 15-degree angle. And this one's not. So if you can't cut it on a 15-degree angle, you can still use it. And if you want to put it on there or not, you know what I'm saying? You can still put it up in here. And all it's going to do is give it just a little bit of a gap at the top here. But that's not a big thing. I wouldn't try to fill it in with putty unless you would want to with some wood putty and then sand it off. But you can just leave it on there. I mean, I've seen people do it. That it did have it. Just it's not really that big of a deal. You know what I'm saying? But if you use if you can cut that that 45 or that 15-degree angle, that's great. You know what I'm saying? I cut it on a table saw. That's the best way to cut that type there for me. So we're gonna place this up here, and I have it pretty tight. I want it to stay up there when I get ready to staple it in. Put a little glue in it. Okay. Take a little piece of wood here. You can see here. There you go. See, that's all it does. It just kind of, seals it up across there. But if you can't do that, don't let it stop you from not building one. These are really nice because I've seen them the other way. Okay. Now we'll just put us a couple staples in that thing. Okay, now you can see how far we've gone so far. I mean, how much we got done, and it's coming out really nice. Now you can go ahead and start sanding here. It's a really nice thing to get. What I did, I started sanding all the ends off of it like this, you know what I mean? And then it's a good time to go through with a small hand sander or something, you know what I mean? All right, let me shove this off to the side. Now I'm going to show you how I did the door. I probably don't need this glue anymore. Move it out of the way. Now, I put a little moon in it. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. The door itself is 6 inches across. No, it's actually, 6 inches across. I think I got it lower than that. Have to have it lower than that, don't I? Yeah, it's 5 7/8 across. Okay, so you got 5 7/8 inches across by 18 3/4 high. That's what it comes out to on that one. Okay, so it'll fit in there like this. See what I'm saying? Now I actually cut the door. I cut it a little bit shorter. The reason why I did that is because you can lift it up and it'll be off the bottom down here, so it don't drag. Your door don't drag. And then, like I said, make sure you sand everything up real nice, because if you have a sander, it's a good time to do it now, because you can get in there without that door being on there. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna end up sanding this and stuff. But I could just take that door back off of there. I mean, you can do the same. But this is what I did here. This is another piece of scrap wood. I tell you guys, always need to make these. Really helps you out a lot. So, and it is the same width as this here. So when I put the door in it and I put the hinges on it, it's not going to fall back in too far. Give me enough, ability to put in the screw or the hinges and stuff like that in the hardware. You can pick out any kind of hardware. It doesn't matter. I mean, I bought these ones, and I think they're like 2 inches, and they got 3 holes in them. They have a lot of different types. I went to Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you guys have one of those around you or not. They have some really cool looking hinges and doorknobs and things like that there. It's kind of like antique look or whatever. So it's, spruce it up a little bit to what you guys would like it to do. Now, let's see. Now, to make this moon here, okay? Now, I did a measurement on that moon, and it came down to the top was 2 3/4. So I started up here at 2 3/4. Now what I did, I just used a piece of sandpaper. Now if you guys are using a round sanding disc like this, and I made the moon out of this piece here, that's how I marked it. So what I did, I just laid it where I would want to center that moon. You don't want to back too far, to be too thin over here. So kind of center it like here, and then you can see it's the shape of it right here. See what I'm saying? So that's how I did it. And then I just moved it up here a few inches, held it down, and I put a line all the way around it, but then I just cut the ends off a little bit, just kind of taper it into the moon itself. And that's the way it came out. So not bad. I mean, I could have done better, probably with something else. So our next step will be just putting on this part here, the hinges. And I think you guys already have pretty much everything you need to go ahead and start this. And if you have a problem with it, just go back. I'm pretty sure I explained everything throughout the video to help you out to make one of these and finish up on it. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about this one. What I kind of did is, like this in here, I'm going to go ahead and put wood putty in it for sure, so we can go ahead and sand it all down. And then, like I said, I'll put the door on last after I get sand down, put all the wood screws in it so I can move around and sand inside and stuff. But like I said, I put 1 coat of white on it underneath, and I put 2 coats of green. I mean, whatever your favorite color is. Or you can paint it all white if you want to put it white. I like a satin. I'll do it like a satin better than I do a semi-gloss or a glossy. But this has 1 coat of white and 2 coats of green on it, and it's a lot of fun doing that. So once you get it dried really good, then it's okay. You go ahead and sand it. I use 320 sandpaper for that to sand this off. That kind of makes it look like a farmhouse look, like an antique, I guess you want to call it, or something like that. So that's how they do that. If you guys are interested in painting them, just do it that way right there. So, but make sure it's dry real good, because if you don't, it'll just rub off the paint. It won't sand the paint. You want the paint to sand, and use the thinnest sandpaper you can. So, okay, for this little outhouse toilet paper dispenser, I guess you want to call it. There you go. You got 4. You guys get to do 4 rollers. Oh, I did one more thing for you. Let you guys go. Is I did cut the side of this door a little bit, so it would be a little bit easier to open up. Because I wanted that gap in here to be as close as I can. You don't want that big gap in there. And then, so we sanded that. You can just sand it with a palm sander or something like that. But we can put 4 rolls in it, 1 up here and wouldn't have to run out when you're in the bathroom. So, okay, if you guys liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and please, thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And you guys have a great day, and thanks for watching.